Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver a stream of Initial D. I guess when YouTube ever decides to kick in, I guess. Actually, are good to go at least. So yes, she have retouched for some more Initial D on this stream. I can episode 18 and 19, hopefully episode 20 as well, if the heat doesn't get to my brain in the meantime. So I always say, if the heat doesn't get to me, I'm fine. As long as the heat gets to me, I'm just kind of like, bro, where am I? But yeah, goddamn, this show is so goddamn good. We're up to the point of Takumi versus Marco, and the actual fight itself, or the actual race itself, I should really say, is heating up. Pardon the pun, because I guess cars do heat up. But also then it's just goddamn good. It's just the emotion behind it. Just all of it's there. I'm just hyped, bro. I'm hyped. So anyway, let's put on Twitter actually gone live. Right, and with that, I do believe we actually are good to go. We most certainly are. I can't wait, bro. Can't wait. Let's go. Let's indeed goddamn go. Let's actually start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. Man, oh man, this show is something else. The show is so good. I tell you every single stream, but I love it. It's just once again, I haven't been this hyped in like kind of like anime in a very long time. The last time I actually been this hyped was actually probably JoJo, and I was hyped during JoJo. I was losing my mind most weeks, most days when I was watching it. I was like, bruh, what's happening here anymore at this point? Oh, it's Ohio at this point, or is it still Konbanwa? It would be Ohio Zaimasu at this point, wouldn't it? It's morning. Ohio Zaimasu, Genki desu ka? Oh, thank you so... Arigato gozaimasu as well. Thank you so much. You have joined the fateful Gata gang. Quite the gang to join as well. Quite the gang to join. Good old Gata gang. I had to name them after our favorite characters. But yeah, I mean, man, this battle is probably my favorite one so far, because I actually really like Marco's character a lot. I think she actually is very interesting. I think she's actually a really good opponent for Takumi as well, because beforehand Shingo was kind of an asshole, so it's kind of like bruh, essentially. But with Marco, actually, it does seem as if it's actually kind of like it's a battle between two people that do in theory see racing very differently. I like that. Also kind of like that it's actually also a very fish out of water scenario as well, because it's not actually a place we're used to. It's actually it's a whole new place, bro. It's a whole new place. So I guess the thing I actually do have to worry about is a continuous drift as well, because a continuous drift is one of those things that it's kind of like there wasn't really something like that beforehand, so now I actually got to contend with a continuous drift that actually makes it really impossible to actually take over unless you somehow, I guess, do a continuous drift at the exact same time, and then by some miraculous fluke just kind of pass them over, which is impossible, but who knows. Very close, bro. Very close. Very close. Jesus Christ almighty. God damn. But it actually is kind of cool to see how I guess in tune, pardon the pun, they actually are together, because it's one of those things. Actually, it once again, it's like they actually know the entirety of that whole entire area, like with their eyes closed essentially. Well, we actually have Takumi, who's kind of like, bro, I have zero idea what the hell's going on here. I like that. So once again, shows a different side of racing, because this entire thing reminds me a lot of how rally works, which I do believe works that way. Like, there's a person that tells you when to turn in rally, and actually when like obstacles are coming up and stuff like that. Probably what I also will do after this is actually watch a live action Initial D film as well at some point, and actually then watch the movie as well. There's actually a Legends movie, I believe, that covers the first arc of the entire series, I think. Not too sure how different the actual movie is. I read the synopsis of the actual movie. It sounds very different to Initial D. Jesus Christ almighty, that's a very narrow turn. Oh, God. That's a really goddamn narrow turn. Jesus. Like, man. Don't! I love that you kind of just sit there and go, don't do it! Don't hit it! As if Takumi actually could hear you 20 years ago as well. God damn. This show makes you kind of just shout random things now. He needs to harness the cool vibrations. Quite literally. It literally is like, there's one mistake and he's gone. It is relentlessly terrifying. I do love how you just kind of like, you're just like a passenger, pardon the pun, in this whole entire show as well. You're just kind of like, you're there with Takumi, just kind of experiencing the entire thing. You're just like, don't do it, Takumi, don't hit the goddamn wall, please, save me. Oh god, this show is this show is so good. You should feel like you're there, bro. Oh. Tuck me all in trouble right now. Tuck me every single time I make a turn on, I'm just like, oh shit, boy, don't do that. I was like, boy, do not be hitting that. Do not be hitting those turns like that, bro. I was gonna be on the floor, just being like, bruh, save me. Man's on virtual. Man's on virtual. I'm gonna be on the floor in a minute. just the anxiety these corners give me. The anxiety these corners give me is like next level, bro. Bunter just kind of vibing. Bunter just vibing. He doesn't lose, goddamn. I just be on the floor at the moment, just been like, bruh. Just save me. It's got a good point though. Technically speaking, none of the races that she has in theory had beforehand. He actually has been in his favor. It's just he actually had good luck and actually good driving skills. That's what kind of saved him. They're really cool. They're really cool though. Those two, I do actually really like them. It's just one of those things. I like when two characters or two people actually are so in tune with one another and actually can in theory like be like, bruh, next turn, be careful. It's like, yeah, don't worry, I've got this. I like that. One thing I've got to do is I've got to hunt down the games. And there's one on PS3. I've got to hunt it down somehow. I've got to find it. actually kind of hard, to be honest. I didn't actually think it'd be that expensive. Like, it's like £40 for a PS3 game that actually came out, well, near enough when the PS3 first came out. Because it still has the original logo. No, JoJo cost me like £10 when I bought it from Japan. He's very good. This is sort of one of those races that actually is like one false move and you're done for. You're donezo, as they say. Do you actually kind of like how there is like there's a legend of the 8.6 actually is then Marco's car as well actually is a legend, and actually seeing the drift is actually like one of those things you have to actually witness. Once again, it kind of just highlights it's not just Takumi as well, that actually kind of is like his legend among the actual drivers. It's more than just him. Oh, I'm feeling it. Feeling it. Ooh. Ooh. Bruh. So close. They're like a hairline away from one another. Look at hairline. A micron away from one another. Ooh. Bruh. Bruh. He don't need courage, he's got the skill. He's well beyond that point at this point. Oh, he could have. Oh, he could have. Has he acquired IRL JoJo swag? Has he acquired it? Has this man got it now? It's not the only one. I'm getting goosebumps as well, just witnessing this race. It's like, bruh. Ultra D difficulty! That rhymes, 10 points. Oh shit. Oh shit. Takami's just vibing. Man's just vibing somewhere. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh. This race is not just a test of might, it's also a test of friendship as well, when you think about it. How's this whole entire thing going to conclude, I wonder? Ooh. Racing do be scary though. Oh! He's synced in, boys. He's synced in. Bruh. That was... Jesus Christ, that was so intense. I only need 5 minutes just to kind of recoup after that episode. Jesus Christ, I was feeling it. I was feeling it. You know when you're feeling it, Mr. Krabs? You know when Mr. Krabs is feeling it? That's what I was feeling it. I was like, bruh, this is initial D. I'm having that initial D difficulty right now. Well, not initial D difficulty, ultra D difficulty right now. It's just, oh boy. It just doesn't ever kind of stop. It just keeps on going. Just keeps on going. Just like, bruh. And then every single time they hit a corner, you're like, oh shoot. Don't hit that corner like that, please. You're gonna give me anxiety, I tells you. It's like, I'm gonna have fear of corners by the end of this whole entire thing. I tells you. But I like it a lot. The episode actually was really good because it actually was, once again, it's not just a race. It's not just a race. It's a race of. It's almost like a test of your own friendship as well. When you think about it, like it's one of those things. It's a realization moment. It kind of acts it kind of acts not just as a race to actually see who's better, essentially. It actually acts as a means to actually explore relationships up to this whole entire point. I kind of like that. It's one of those things. It's a different approach. It's not the usual approach that you do in Furisi all the time. I like that about this show. It doesn't ever kind of feel like it's just the same thing constantly. Each race ups the ante, but also then kind of explores more of an emotional kind of standpoint. It's very important to actually kind of progress the narrative forward. I like that because I imagine as time goes on, we actually might see more of Marco as well. And actually might see where she goes after this whole entire race. And I like her a lot because she actually probably is the best racer thus far, because of the emotional standpoint the episode actually doesn't really kind of explore with her, but also then the actual how dynamic she is against Takumi. And I like that a lot. How this whole entire thing will end, I have zero idea. I'm scared, bro. Scared. The super drift. We're hitting super drift level now. We're hitting super drift levels. I tells you. Hitting super drifts. Not just any drift. The super drift. It's like, bruh. How would we go from here? Ultra drift? 10,000% drift? Bruh. What do be happening in this show, though? Right, what I probably will do is put a tweet out as always saying, so we're actually on streaming episode 19. Right, where are we? Second, actually lost my train of thought. I was like, where am I? I was like, where am I? So, watching episode 19 now. What I might do is actually watch episode 20, 21, 22 tomorrow, I think. And then 23, 20, 23, 24, 20, 25, 26, I think is probably the best way to do it. Because if it was 25, I could have done one more. I could have done it in 2 more streams, but I realised actually it's 26 episodes, not 25 episodes. So maybe I had to do 20, 21, 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, I think. We'll see anyway. Right, let's quickly translate the comments thus far, before I forget. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Just realised something. Didn't actually didn't actually copy and paste it. There we go. Oh, we are feeling it. We're feeling it. We're feeling the actual episode though. Right, anyway. Let's get Shona right. So, let's actually reset timer. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. Right. Oh, shit. It's rise. Sorry, it started in the opening anyway. It's actually better. So, yeah, I mean, damn. This episode. It do be gonna be a doozy, though. It's one of those ones that it just doesn't. I just like how it just keeps on. It never ever once feels as if anything could be a downtime. Like even episodes that just deal with like relationships between just intermediate characters. Each episode just kind of has something that adds something more to what's going on here. And it's actually important to understand fully what's actually kind of like the overall feeling of this whole entire world. And I kind of like that because it does paint a very uncertain and very kind of scary kind of world in Initial D, but it also, let's put my chair a bit forward because otherwise I'm falling backwards. But it doesn't ever feel like it's like overwhelming. It feels like every single race they do is fair, essentially down to skill. Like in essence, even the one with Shingo as well. Shingo's one, even though it was like, yeah, he's an arsehole, it didn't really feel as if it can't be conquered. Essentially, that's the thing. That's why I always kind of like about this show as well. Every single race always feels like it's something that can really be done, and it's always actually kind of cool. And actually, because of it, you learn a lot about how the cars do in free work. Because if they just say, by the way, do a 360 flip, then do a 180 flip, and then do a somersault, and then land, you'd be like, bro, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't happening anytime soon. But at least with this show, it kind of actually has a sense of realism to it, that each race is fair and actually kind of down to skill, essentially. So wait and see what happens here. He could have. That's the problem. He's the boy. He's the BOI. Bro. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome to the Ogata gang. Welcome. How's it going? You join the rank of the best. Also, depending how you view the character. Welcome. How is it going? Welcome to the Ogata gang. I was debating whether or not to actually call them JoJo character gangs as well. I was going to call them like Passione and anything like that. But I thought, I don't know. I should actually put a tier for Passione as well, just to kind of have it. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing? Thank you so much, though. It's actually really kind of you. I was so shocked I actually got membership as well. I just woke up and I was like, oh shit, it's actually there now. What's that mean? I guess I just randomly got it. So I actually kind of like the immediate like relationships this actual show doesn't really have as well, because it doesn't ever feel like as if it's just one thing essentially. Like each thing impacts something else that kind of actually then advances something as well. I guess there's a whole entire thing with the 8-6 kind of like advancing a lot of like relationships and also then characters. The same thing applying with relationships as well, and I actually kind of like that. Once again, it doesn't just kind of stick just to driving. You are part of my gang. The very elusive and exclusive gang that I still have not. Oh, behind me? Which side? Up there? There, because behind me is Meester and Aaron, and then up there is the character from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Bayek, I think his name is, if I remember correctly. Next to that is the dude from Dark Souls 2. And also behind me there is the dude from Prince of Tennis. thank you for joining the actual gang itself. It's actually very nice to have you. It's pretty amazing they actually didn't really stick the race out, because the race itself actually was really treacherous as well. It's not just by the way; it's a very kind of normal thing. There's actually a lot going on, which does actually kind of, it makes you wonder what other races there actually might really be later on to the series when it comes to like terrain. It's the word he actually uses, terrain, isn't it? It still doesn't actually kind of like, that moment's still nothing less besides bruh. What? it's just like what? Did I hear that correctly? That's the real question. Will Ikutani actually be able to reconcile at all? Will there be a possible like kind of like moment of happiness at the end of this whole entire race? Who knows? Who knows? Ooh! Bruh! How do you not, when you're driving, like, when you see how close you get to the actual, like, corner, you're just like, oh shit! If I actually saw how close I was getting, I'd be like, bruh, I'm out. just bail out of the car. It's even more dangerous than actually kind of hitting the corner. So close. So close. Oh, boy. It's giving me anxiety, bro. Like this the whole entire time now. I'll be like just constantly looking away. Just so scared. It's just they put like precision like animation on the corners. You're like, oh my god, they're hitting it, aren't they? A hairline away from it. It's like, bruh, save me. Don't be doing this to me. Well, now we know. Well, now we know. They are a damn good team together, to be honest, when you think about it. But it's actually also impressive how in sync that Takumi actually is during this whole entire race. Like, he actually legitimately actually is in sync. The bro's in sync. Not in sync the band, he's in sync. But as Itsuki actually mentions, like, no race technically actually has always been in the favour of Takumi. Which actually is kind of cool when you think about it, because then it kind of then puts like a more of a kind of like, it's not just that he is Takumi and actually is the 8-6 essentially, it's like, it's actually him, he actually is a good driver, driving a very good car, essentially. Going so fast as well actually kind of scares me even more. I'm a whole lot of just anxiety right now watching this race. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh no, here's the one false move. Ooh! 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 Oh, he gone done did it. Oh shit! Choked as well, Jesus Christ. That was slick. I choked on how slick and hype that was. Oh, two on a trot though when it comes to Takumi being absolute like the boy. Man, oh man. Jesus Christ almighty. A whole lot of anxiety right now, that's how I feel. It's a whole lot of anxiety. It was pretty glorious, to be honest. That was pretty damn good. Must be real, that actually was an amazing, like, that's just that slick overtake. Just, I actually do wish she could actually do it at the game. Just, like, do an overtake like that. I'd just be like, bruh. Imagine doing it at the arcade, though. Like, doing it in the arcade, the other guy on the other side just like, what the fuck, man? Like, just that good? Just that good? Also, no, you actually can override by the arcade cabinet itself, but it's 13 grand. I want it, but I don't have 13 grand. So I don't think I will have 13 grand. But if I ever do, so the first thing I'll buy with my 13 grand. It's like, what? Really? How? What? Takamichi's like, I don't know how I did it. It just sort of happened. I'm like, what? Takumi actually is very cool. That was actually probably the best race of the whole entire series. Maybe one season in, but still. Takumi. He's adorable. He's adorable. Oh, will there be the moment? Don't let your dreams be dreams, bro. ET after proclaiming that you don't need a girl, just kind of going, by the way, I'm Itsuki, how's it going? Oh, well, it ends well, as they say. Oh, a live performance of the ED. Bruh. Very good change. That ends the Mako arc, I guess, when you think about it. Very good arc, actually, to be honest. I think it's probably like the I would say the best arc of the entire series thus far. I mean, it keeps on getting better and better each time, so it's one of those things that's actually kind of like, probably by the end of season 1 I'll do like a ranking of all the different races, but I say this probably is like going to be number 1, I would say. Just because it actually had a lot more going on from the emotional standpoint than just, by the way, this is a race. And even then, everything else actually going on around it was even more interesting as well. I like the whole entire idea of the different terrain that we actually were on this time, and actually how that doesn't really impact the entirety of the race. It doesn't ever feel like you're just watching the exact same thing constantly. Even though if you're watching just them going down Akina, you wouldn't really care, because there's that idea that each race is very different, so Akina always constantly changes with it, essentially. But it's nice to actually kind of have that difference in area, because it doesn't really then tell you there's more to where they are than just Akina, essentially, and actually how that differs from Akina itself. And I like it a lot, because it does actually have that sense of like uncertainty too, and I liked actually how there was like obstacles in the way as well. It wasn't just corners, it was actually like debris in the actual road. It kind of impacts the entirety of like everything else going on around it. It's all really damn good. It actually acts I can't say the word. Actually acts as a race, essentially, but even more than just that. So I can't get enough of the show. The show is so good. This show is just very good. I can't wait to see how this whole entire season concludes. It's all probably we'll do is do 3 episodes tomorrow and 3 episodes on Wednesday as well, and actually probably get the entirety of season 1 done. That's how I think we actually probably will do it. I believe. Nothing should arise in the meantime. But yeah, I mean, very damn good race. I love it. I kind of like how you could tell there was a lot riding upon this race with Marco, and it actually then has the entire friendship as well with Sayuki as well. I actually kind of like that, because it was once again a very different approach to the whole entire thing. It doesn't actually then tell you, yeah, this race is a lot going on with Marco. No, it actually doesn't really then impact Sayuki as well. And I actually kind of like how in tune, actually in sync they are, because they actually were very in sync. In essence, every single turn she actually knew what to do, and actually I like that, because it kind of tells you like there actually is. You don't have to actually have to do it solo, essentially. You actually can, if you have someone else there, it actually doesn't really help you a lot. It actually doesn't really then show in the actual way it actually is kind of like conducted, and actually how they didn't really conduct themselves the entire race. Eventually didn't really lose, because it's one of those things that uncertainty doesn't really arise from these kind of things, even though you might in theory be like this ace when it comes to the area. Is always that uncertainty that actually might arise from it, because you don't know the pressure that comes with the actual race itself. So I do very appreciate that actually that was a downfall, essentially. In essence, how one turn and uncertainty that comes along with it will actually can in theory then impact you so much. It does actually then lead to what's actually what happen at the end. But again, it doesn't ever feel as if the race actually is. It doesn't really ever feel like the characters have actually lost, essentially, because in a way, it kind of releases Mako from where she is currently, because we actually understand how she sees racing, actually how it doesn't really then impact her. So actually her then having that race of her lifetime, it kind of releases her from the actual kind of like constraints that she is currently under. Now she can free live her life now. Actually see where she doesn't free go. You know, she won't ever kind of like leave racing entirely, but I actually kind of like that it's one of those things that it's just almost like, it's almost as if just allowing a character to actually kind of feel free. And actually is Takumi actually kind of didn't feel how to feel that sense of freedom. And actually kind of, I like that. I think actually it's kind of really well done. It's one of those things that actually doesn't add a lot more to the whole entirety of the race itself. It doesn't actually ever feel like it's just a race, as I said beforehand. It feels a lot more than just that, and I actually kind of appreciate that. So once again, we have to actually see what this whole entire series goes towards, especially with the endings. I believe we're actually kind of heading into them probably facing up against Ryosuke as well. She then possibly the entirety of the end of the series as well. So cannot wait to see how that whole entire race actually concludes, because as we know, you actually could never lose anyone else besides the Takahashi brothers. So actually having that uncertainty in this episode as well actually was very well done. Yeah. It feels very much like a it feels very much like that, but it's done also very well in this series. As I always do say, Takumi actually feels like a shonen protagonist in that kind of way, like how he is this person that actually wields this kind of like unearthly kind of like ability that actually kind of drive in this context, and actually then characters do in free fall, but then they actually don't even free lose as in other races, in other series. It kind of feels as if that when they lose, they learn something at the end of it. So it's very much more like how it was originally, in that kind of shonen way. So yeah. Can't wait to see what actually doesn't really happen next. I can't wait to see how the series entirely concludes when it comes to the actual season 1. So yeah, that'll do it for today. I've got to lie down for a long while because I'm still kind of getting over the hype from the episode. So, as always, goshicho arigatou gozaimasu. Boku no doga wo omoshiroi to omotara, ine ya channel toruku wo onegai shimasu. So, with all that said, I've indeed been a driver. Actually, have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube, then doing free. Leave a like, because indeed it's been quite a bit. Actually, have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube, then doing free. Leave a sub, because indeed it's been quite a bit. Actually, have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube, and doing free. Leave a follow on Twitter, or join a Discord as well, because both do help me quite a lot, and both then tell me when streams go live, and any other streams I do as well. Should also mention as well, because it actually wasn't free mentioned in this actual stream, I actually have a membership system on my YouTube channel as well now. It's in 3 different tiers. It's Shirashi, Sugimoto, and Ogata. And what kind of the overall idea behind it is that my content doesn't actually change at all. I actually don't put anything behind paywalls, essentially. Nothing I cover is behind paywalls on this membership system. The actual membership system exists to actually kind of support me even further, actually doing free wish to actually kind of then help me be able to actually then purchase more anime as they kind of release, and actually then older anime as well, because actually older anime does in free tend to kind of become quite expensive. So don't worry, nothing I do is ever going to go behind a paywall. I don't actually kind of like putting stuff behind paywalls. But yeah. Also, only support me actually can in free, do so. Don't actually worry if you can't. I don't ever feel as if you actually have to. Just support me if you actually can. If you do have my eternal gratitude. So yeah, I did actually want to mention it before I forget, because it started today. So I thought today would probably be the best time to actually kind of announce it. But if you're actually doing free support me, you actually have my eternal gratitude. So until next time, some more initial D. See you guys later. Bye for now.